Hello, it's me again, and there's something that I have to describe that wasn't described before. There's actually a potential move that could be made with this puzzle that's different from any other cuboid. It's a somewhat, I guess you'd call, illegal move. Anyway, if you take a look at your latch corner, which is over here, and you put that on the bottom, on the top you can potentially do a move like this. Do a middle move. And just because of how this puzzle is put together, you can actually do something like this. Who ordered that? Where the heck did that come from? Anyway, what can happen with that is you do a double turn over here and then turn down. And this is what you end up with. Now, this is a situation that is pretty much a parity. I say this because it can't be solved all the way. Now, when you're scrambling it, if you happen to do a middle move, and really the fact is, if you're going to show how to solve a puzzle all the way, you might as well show every configuration that can happen in every kind of scramble. Because to limit yourself with certain scrambles and solves means you're not taking advantage of the whole puzzle. So to really have scrambled this well, I would have had to have done those middle moves. But how would that affect things? How does this affect the actual solve? So with that move that I just made, now I can do that once, I can do that twice, I can do that 3 times, but it all comes out to the same kind of thing. So once doing that move, where does that leave us? So I'm going to do a quick scramble of the whole puzzle and see what happens when I made that dreaded, strange, illegal, non-cuboid move. Abracadabra. Okay, so you start off simple enough, same kind of thing. Let's get all the center circles in. So far so good. We've got a circle here and a circle here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bottom part here too. So bottom layer is in, we just have the cuboid aspect. And we're just a couple moves from being what we think is done. We find, once again, our latch area, which is right over here. And it's just a matter of swapping these edges. And the thinking is that these are going to be coordinated to where it's only 2 swaps, so that we don't get placement issues here. Otherwise, well, you'd have a parity. You're not supposed to get that. Anyway, we'll do a adjacent corner swap here, edge swap here rather, to our U, to our U, to R, to U, to R, to U, to R, U, to R, UI, to R. Now normally we'd have one more to go. So we come over here and we see, okay, we can put these 2 in. Move this up a little bit. To R, to U, to R, to U, to R. And lo and behold, you're stuck with this. So when you have one of those M moves, M to U or M U to M prime moves, when you have those and you have it in a certain way, if you do like a odd number of them, you're going to end up with this. This is parity. It was reduced wrong. So how do we get out of this? Well, we got into it by doing an M prime U2 M prime move. We're going to get out of it exactly the same way. We just have to recalibrate this puzzle. So what I'm going to do is find my latch area, which is over here. I'm just going to move this kind of off center to that. Now you can have it opposite here or you can have it opposite here. It really doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to do a M prime or MI to U and M. That's going to get me in this position. Once I've done that, I'm going to now recalibrate everything. So I'm going to want to get my centers. I'm going to want to reconstitute my 3x3x1. So I'm just going to ignore everything else and go ahead and do that. Move this into here. So this is in. Now I just have to get the corners in. Corners. So hold it here and go to R, to U, to R, to U. That gets all of these back. Now after having done that, I'll have these centers in and these centers in. So all of these centers on the bottom are in. It's just a matter of getting the corners in. Here's what I would do with that. Starting off with this, and now you can solve this any way you want. You can just follow suit. It's now been recalibrated. But here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this, move it up here, and bring it down over here. So on the right side, I'm going to flip-flop these two to our U, to our UI, to R. That brings us here. I'm going to ignore this for now. I'm now going to wheel this around to where it's supposed to be, which is it's going to come down here. But I'm not going to put it right in. I'm first going to move it off to the side and put a dummy one in so that I can get the placement parity and then put it in to get it back. Ignoring this to our U, 2R, UI, 2R. Okay, creating the placement parity here. Now I'm going to position this over here and now move it in the proper place. The red and blue. 2R, U, 2R, UI, and 2R. Now all I have to do is whip this around over here back to where this needs to go, and you're going to find this is automatically going to be positioned right over where it has to be. The orange and green will be over here. I'm going to put this down and it'll put the parity back. So in other words, I just swapped this up here, put it over here. I'm swapping corners. What was here was supposed to be here. What was here was supposed to be here. By swapping that, I took it into here, then I put it back here. Now I'm just going to get this back. So 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. That reconstitutes the bottom side, and now I pick this up exactly where I left off. I see that this is the corner, these are the corners that are in. So here's my latch area here. I'm simply going to move this over to here, and same thing. I'm going to do my corner swap in front of me so that I can get the parity issue, the placement issue, misplacement, and then I'm going to get it back exactly like the last step of corner placement before. So this stays to the left and to the back, and with my two corners in front of me, in this case it's a solid side, and if you follow this exactly, you'll get the same thing. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R, counterclockwise, 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. Okay, so I find where the corners are in, which is here. I'm going to hold it over here where I have the 3 in front of me and the one, either 3 whites in front of me and the one to the left. I'm now going to take this and once again turn this to the left side and do the same algorithm, only with my L over here. So I'm really just repeating the steps. And that's going to be 2L, UI, 2L, U, 2L, turn clockwise, then 2L, U, 2L, UI, 2L. It reconstitutes that back, and then you're going to see that I no longer have parity. So I solve it just the same. Here's my latch area. I can do a adjacent edge swap over here. 2R, U, 2R, U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. So this needs to be fixed. I can do that at the same time fixing these two. So an opposite edge swap, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, 2R, 2U, and we're good. Now the reason why I didn't figure some fancy algorithm using an M move to get it back is because honestly I don't want to use any new algorithms. There may be simpler ways of doing it, but this way I can see the parity, recalibrate the puzzle, and just get it back. So there you have it, my way of solving this, even should you get the parity. Thanks for watching. Hello, it's me, and it's time for a quick unboxing here. This one comes all the way from England, across the pond. Some great puzzles come out of England to later be used in China and various other places. Anyway, come through here, and let's see what this is. Let's see what joys await us underneath. Aside from a lot of bandages and sutures to soak any lacerations that may occur. There we go. 5 by 5 by 5. Very clever. Very clever. It's interesting that this should say 5 by 5 by 5 because what I have, whoa, it's a lot of styrofoam. This is a Tony Fisher puzzle. And you may recall a previous unboxing of a Siamese 4x4x4. Well, I'm one to try to complete a series from Skilled Builders. This is a Siamese 5x5. This is where we're starting to get into really giant looking puzzles. Here's Tony Fisher's signature, the original modder, And yeah, it moves great. This is an East Sheen 5x5, very small, almost mini type pieces here. But yeah, so this helps complete the series. That's pretty cool. We've got our 4x4 puzzle, Siamese, and of course the 3x3 over here. So this is all part of the bandaged slashed extension type puzzles. And I'm kind of curious how the solve strategy compares with this. 3x3 was pretty straightforward. You just had to do some surrogate Fs. The 4x4, once again, I had to modify my reductive strategy, so I'm going to see how the 5x5 works. This is a monster of a modification, and we'll see how this compares to the others. Thanks for watching.